Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 6th, and it is currently 5:24 a.m. I'm doing the 5 a.m. Writers Challenge. It was supposed to be Monday through Friday this week. It is Tuesday. However, yesterday was Labor Day, and when my alarm went off, I was like, it's Labor Day. I'm sleeping in. And I went back to sleep. Yeah, it didn't work yesterday, but today I am here. I'm at my desk. I actually got ready and I'm going to dive in. This specific week, I'm doing it in the Troublemakers Discord with Stieg and Anna. There's also some other people joining us that I saw. That there's like Elaine, and there's Raph and Cass and Wallace and Vale, and there's a lot of people doing it in the Discord together. I'm joining today. My brain is not functioning yet. I'm used to getting up this early, but I'm not used to talking this early because as a barista, I normally have to get up pretty early, and like sometimes I do have shifts where I have to be there at 5:30. But the thing is, I don't have to talk from 5:30 to 7 when we open and the first other person comes in. So like from 5:30 to 7 is me just like thinking to myself or like listening to an audiobook, and I'm able to have coffee. I'm not used to talking this early. I'm gonna try and get some writing done. I've made my to-do list for the day in my bullet journal, and I am ready to write, maybe, if my brain functions. It is now 2 hours later. It is 7:37, and I just finished the chapter that I started when I got started. I actually liked getting up at 5 to write. It did take me a little bit to get into it, but I think it worked out. I've been doing this new thing since I am currently revising and cutting and adding descriptions and stuff, that I'm trying to cut my word count down. So at the beginning of every chapter, I write down what the old version of that chapter was word count wise, and then I will write down what the new one is at the end and see what the difference is. Normally I end up cutting like 200 to 300 words, but this one I ended up adding 97 words. The last scene in it was completely rewritten because of some changes that I made. There were some characters that I had to add. Their descriptions had to be added, so it's okay that I added a little bit more, but only for this chapter. Any other chapter I want to be cutting, which I'm kind of concerned, because this new draft should be going down from 52 chapters to 43 chapters based on how I laid out the index card outline that I did, which is a good thing. Currently, the last draft's word count was 104k words. I'm trying to get it down to like the 90 to 95k range, and I'm at 40,000 words already, and I don't even think I've hit the halfway mark, which is a little concerning. We'll see how this draft turns out. I was doing this a few weeks ago where I was just stressing myself out about the word count of every chapter, trying to make sure that every chapter was in between 2,000 and 3,000 words so that all my chapters were consistent, which I probably should do the math of what that is. We'll say 3,000 words, so 43 chapters times 3,000 words is 129,000. Oh god. I'm gonna worry about this later. I'm trying to cut it, not add words. It's fine. There are some chapters that are shorter, that are only like 1,000 to serve their purpose. Towards the end, once I reach the climax portion of the book, I have some much shorter chapters that switch back and forth between POVs, so I'm hoping that those will give me room to keep the 3,000 word count on some of these chapters. I'm not gonna stress about it. I'm just focusing on making this the best it can be right now, and I'll worry about cutting things later. I'm gonna make coffee and some breakfast, and then I do have to do my partner's hair today, so I don't know if I'm gonna get to writing, but we'll see. Good morning. It is Thursday, September 8th. I learned this morning that I think the 5 a.m. writing challenge won't work for me because I naturally wake up at 5:30, but I think getting up at 5:30 and immediately writing might work because I definitely just spent the first half hour after my alarm went off at 5 snoozing it, and then I actually was awake at 5:30 when I naturally wake up anyway. What I'm learning from this challenge is I like immediately writing when I first get up, but it doesn't have to be 5. I'm thinking when I naturally wake up at 5:30 and just immediately going and writing is the way to go. I made my to-do list for the day. I'm going to get writing. Good morning. It is 6:05, not 5:05 right now, on Friday, September 9th. I didn't sleep well last night, and I basically just didn't sleep from like 1 a.m. to like 3:30 a.m. Yeah, I didn't get enough sleep, and when my alarm went off at 5, I set the next alarm for 5:45. And that's when I actually got up. So yeah, but in the spirit of keeping with this challenge, I'm going to keep writing. Mainly what I'm learning is just no matter what time I wake up, just immediately writing and starting the day with writing kind of makes me feel more productive, and like that I actually got something done already first thing during the day. I enjoyed it. Without further ado, I'm gonna dive into a sprint because I have like 20 minutes till the Troublemakers live stream, where we're probably going to be sharing our results of the 5 a.m. challenge together. I'm so tired. It is much later, and I am done writing for the day because I have to get ready for work since I'm closing the store. So I've done 50 minutes worth of sprints today, and I have finished another chapter. The results of this 5 a.m. writing challenge have been actually pleasantly surprised. Even though I technically wasn't 5 a.m. like today, I still was like starting off my day with writing, and I think I enjoy that so much more than like doing other things before I write. I feel productive, I feel complete, and especially because each day that I did actually do the challenge, no matter how many sprints I ended up doing or how much time I ended up spending, I did 1 chapter per day. I started first thing when I woke up, and then I just would start at the beginning of a chapter and working through the edits and revising that chapter. And then I wouldn't stop until I finished that chapter. No matter how many sprints I did, I felt like I completed something. I had that dopamine hit of like feeling productive and accomplished that like started my day on a good note. And especially with my ADHD, I think that's really going to help me if I continue doing this method moving forward. Even if it isn't 5 a.m. and it's like naturally, because I wake up 5:30 a.m. to like 6 a.m. every day without an alarm. If I stay to that, like, okay, first thing, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna do 1 chapter, at least for this project where I'm at right now with the revision process. That might change when I'm actually drafting a different project, but because I'm revising right now, it kind of works. I think I've figured out like a new writing routine. Even if it's not like a 5 a.m. writing routine, it's going to be on days that I can, and I'm not opening this door and I don't have early shifts. I wake up and the first thing that I do is kind of get ready for the day, and then where I wake up and the first thing I do is write. And that kind of makes me feel productive, where it was like my routine was kind of wake up, kind of like brush my teeth, wash my face, that type of thing. And I was getting dressed, and then I immediately started writing and did a 25-minute sprint. And usually when I was done with the first 25-minute sprint, I would go make coffee. And then when I finished making the coffee, it would come back to another 25. And I would keep doing sprints until I finished that chapter. And that was my routine. And I think that's going to be my routine. For the sake of my sleep schedule, I'm going to do it just whenever I wake up and not at 5 a.m. because 5 a.m. exactly kind of threw off my circadian rhythm. And I already didn't get much sleep last night because it was just way too hot. Because Reno was having a heat wave. Thankfully, today's the first day we are not in the hundreds and the triple digits. We are down to the double digits again. I'm feeling optimistic post challenge. And I think I've figured out a new routine, at least for this draft of this project, because I know me and I know my brain, and I know that I'm not going to be doing the same exact routine for every draft of every project. But for this draft, this is what's gonna work for me and keep me on track on consistency. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about it. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, please hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Caitlin Asche. My channel is A Barista's Writing Journey, and I will see you in my next video.